Hi everyone, we're going to be speaking to Domino from Cotton On Manchester. I hope you're well. And Domino is a force of nature in Manchester, so I can't wait to speak to her. Just joining her. Sorry, it's taken me a few minutes. I'm a bit rusty. Domino, just invited you in.
Hello.
You look well.
Oh, thanks. Good are you? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for joining me, Domino.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Excited.
Brilliant. Well, I've got lots of questions for you. And first of all, thank you for everything you do with Cotton On Manchester and now Cotton On Leeds. So from the people of the Northwest, thank you as a beginning.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, you're a force of nature in the creative arts in Manchester, so thank you. I've got lots and lots of questions. And what I'd like to start off with is where on earth your creative journey began.
Oh gosh. You know what? I think is it cliche to say I've always been a fan of art, but
Yeah.
my mum's like, I know. My mum's very creative, so she's a designer dressmaker, and I think she's kind of not brought us up creatively, but most of my siblings are all in creative jobs. So I think I didn't really have a choice but to follow some kind of art path. So yeah, I think I went to uni and studied fine art, not really knowing what I was going to do with it, just because I was quite good at it.
Yeah.
And it was then, I obviously fell in love with art, but I actually enjoyed doing. There was a part of the degree where we had to organise our own exhibition and find our own venue and promote it and all of that.
Were you at MMU? Is that where you went, MMU?
No, I went to Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I decided to go somewhere else, get away out of Manchester for a bit, went to Lincoln, and doing kind of that side of the degree where we had to organise our own thing, I absolutely loved. And so I guess that's where I've gone in the end and started to be more of the organizer than the actual artist.
Yeah. So what sort of art were you making all those, well, it's not that long ago, is it? You're not that far out of university. Were you painting? Were you drawing? What were you doing?
It's really embarrassing. So a long story short, my degree piece was actually like a video art. I wouldn't have chose that by myself, but our course, they kind of encouraged us to go down more of the digital type of art route. They pretty much, it was really bad actually. The more I think about it, the more I was like, why did I listen to them? Because they pretty much said, we're not going to be able to paint or draw like the classics can. So if you can't do it as good as they can, then do something different. That was pretty much the advice that we got.
Yeah.
So if you went to my degree show back then, it was full of like sound art and video art and performance art things, and yeah, not really what I was into, but what I was led to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, confidently can say I'm quite good at drawing, and I can put some paint on paper and be okay with how it turns out.
Oh. So what sort of events were you organising in Lincoln then, way back then?
So we had to do an exhibition in a group. So I think it was me and like 5 other girls, and I think the theme was something about home life, or I can't remember what it. I mean, I might feel like I look young, but it was 11 years ago that I graduated. So
Oh,
I can't
really?
remember. Yeah.
See, my interpretation of a bit of your story was that basically you finished your degree, got into setting up a business, then had a baby, and then just managed to just be this multitasking, amazing woman. Which you are.
Thank you. No, it's been a long journey. Yeah, 11 years ago I graduated. So we did a group one, and then outside of that, me and he was my boyfriend then, now husband. We did an exhibition at a local like commercial gallery that was in Lincoln as well. It was quite new. We walked past it, went in, and we just said to him, like, because my husband's a photographer.
Yeah.
So we just went in and said, but do you let other people come in and do exhibitions? So yeah, I organised a couple while we were there.
So was that was the beginning of the catalyst of, oh, I want to do something that organises art events?
Yeah, I think at first I didn't really know where to take it after uni, and I ended up working at an event company that did events for shopping centres, so nothing like what I do now. I organised things like Christmas light switch-ons and fashion shows in shopping centres and things like that. But it was good because that gave me, you know, the insight on how to put events together and what it takes to do them and stuff. And so yeah, that taught me how to do it in the real world after uni, and then put that and my art passion together. And
wow,
Cotton On
you haven't actually done you didn't do a business course or anything alongside, you just had all that experience.
Yeah.
So the Cotton On then, how did you plan it? How on earth do you manage to set up your business? What, did it take a year? Was it overnight? What happened?
So it came about, at first I really wanted to do a blog. I quite like writing and doing reviews and things like that. So in the process of kind of researching what blog I should do, I realised that there was no hub for Manchester's art scene. So I would be going on different galleries' websites and seeing what was on, and have like a million tabs open and say, okay, so this is on this day, but this is on that day. And then I'd be like, oh, which artist is showing, and trying to find out about them. So I just felt like I had a million, you know, pages, and there was no place where I could go and be like, okay, what's on in Manchester? What artist should I find out about? And there was nothing like it. So it started off as a blog, just for something for me to, like a side project from outside of work, and something to actually get me back into the art scene after I'd taken a few years out, just to kind of force me to really, you know, get back in there and be involved in it and stuff. So I never started it as a business. It was literally, I remember thinking when I started it, that I was like, oh, if I get a free ticket to something, I'd be really pleased. Like that was a goal.
Oh, I bet you get free tickets now.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what if I get invited to a press launch? That'd be amazing. Yeah. That is how it started. And it wasn't until I think the first time where I made any money and thought that it could be a business, I was invited to do a talk at MMU. The students were putting together a kind of like professional practice type talk thing. And then they paid me to come, and I was like, oh my, like I couldn't, you know, I just didn't think of it like that. So yeah, it's just slowly and naturally grown. And then, as I say, going into the events, I realised that, you know, we could do events as part of the business, and it's just really been going well since we started doing the event side of things.
So you've still been working alongside in your other job all the way. Are you still having to do that now?
I am, yeah. I'm getting there. Yeah. So for the past couple of years, I've been taking a day away from my other job. So I cut down from full time to 4 days, and then I've cut down from 4 days to 3 days. So
I know how that feels. Yeah.
So I am getting there, and hopefully sooner rather than later is the plan. I'm gonna finish that other job and go full time.
Are you still in events? You're still working on? No. You don't have to tell us what you're doing.
No, I don't mind. It just makes it sound all very random. I work at a business travel consultancy.
Yeah.
So totally nothing to do with the events or with art. It was a job that I stumbled into, doing, you know, travel agency. And unfortunately it's been a very good job, but it's not the job that I've wanted, but I've kept at it. It's been a job that's paid the bills whilst I've been trying to build up.
Yeah, I bet you've learned skills from it as well, because it's still business and planning and promotion and yeah,
definitely.
So back to Cotton On. So now you've gone through the blog journey. You've got these. So I've just been going through your entire website again and again. So exhibitions, open calls, workshops that seem very, very popular at the moment. I'm missing something.
Workshop,
Art
exhibition,
fairs.
art fair. Yeah.
Manc of the month, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just amazing. So let's start with what I'd like to do is just pick each one and just see how they're going and talk about them, if that's all right. So if we just start with the workshops. I've just been having a really good nosy at them. So you're mainly doing drawing workshops, but also art history lectures in Oldham Art Gallery, I noticed. And
Yeah.
So they're growing.
Yeah, we've tried to do a bit of a mix of workshops to keep things different, keep things fresh. The ones we've got listed now, we've got 3 that are coming up as part of the Artful Day. We've just done a drawing workshop at Track Brewery, which was really good. That's a new venue I haven't worked in before, and I think people quite liked, a place where they can go and chill and have a drink and do a workshop as well. Art theory and practice at Gallery Oldham. That's a really good one. I enjoy doing them ones because they ask us to think of workshops that link with the exhibition that they've got on. So we've got an art historian and an artist hosting that, and the participants get to explore the exhibition, get inspiration from what's on at the gallery, and then go back and create work based on what they've seen and what they've learned from the historian as well. So that's a really good one there. And then we also do private workshops as well now, which is a new thing that keeps getting busier and busier, which is really good. So yeah.
What's that like? Yeah, I was trying to work out what that meant. So is that like more like one-to-one stuff?
No, so we've been getting places like high-end apartments have been booking us to do workshops for their residents. So when I say private, I mean it's not open to the general public. It's
oh, okay,
yeah. So places around city centre in their apartment blocks, we've been going in and doing workshops for the people that live there, and it's been going really well. People seem to really enjoy it.
Wow. So have you got a bit of a team going on now? It's not you that running the workshops, it's other people.
Yeah, so I speak to different artists and use their skills, and then they run the workshops for us, and then we hire an assistant to help them out and things like that. So I'm in the background facilitating all and managing it all. But yeah, the artists run it. So we, so they can confidently sell it with professional artists hosting the workshops, and they're getting taught by, people that know their skill.
But when you started out, did you try and run the workshops to begin with?
No, I'm not brave enough. I just wouldn't feel confident enough to do it. And as I was to say, I've not actually done any art myself in ages, really. I just you don't find the time when it's a business and I've got my daughter and everything else. I'd love to do it, but it's just finding the time.
Yeah, well, you're enabling everyone else to do it, so that's a different skill, isn't it? A different passion.
Yeah, and I get my a proud moment when I see the photos from what people have done, and I see everyone at the event making their work, or I see people coming to our other events and buying things from the artists, and I just kind of stand back and go, that's what I've created, type of thing.
Yeah, so you must have like regular people that are now coming to you every month and doing the workshops.
Yeah, we do have some. So we for the public workshops, we've got a little loyalty card, kind of like that you get from coffee shops type of thing, where if they attend 5 of our workshops, they'll get the 6th one free. So I know quite a few people are almost there now, so I'm gonna have to start giving out my free workshop tickets.
No, it's great. No, I was looking at the prices and they're really affordable, because sometimes you look at these courses. I know I looked at a business one the other day on how to set up your own business, and the prices were like £250 a month. Crazy things, but yours are more like £15. People that can afford that for a day and have a good experience. And I love all the different venues that you're taking people to. So just going back to the one last thing on the workshop, are the galleries now starting to approach you then?
Only Gallery Oldham so far, which was really nice. I'm really happy we can work with them, but none of the others yet. So we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. And then, so the other thing is the open calls. That was new last year, wasn't it?
For the exhibition? Yes. So we thought, we can't call ourselves an events company and an arts events company if we don't do an exhibition. So it's something I've always wanted to do, but I think the hardest thing about that was finding the right venue. Because I don't know if people know, I work from home, and as you mentioned, we hire venues to do our events. We don't have a Cotton On hub or anything.
Yeah.
So finding the right venue for what we were after was pretty tricky. But yeah, last year we did it with Solhay Gallery, and Ian, who runs Solhay, is absolutely amazing. Massive help, and he was great to work with. And then this year we've gone bigger, and we're using a whole empty office floor at Barbarelli Square. So the one that's next to like Bridgewater Hall. They offered us the chance to use their space to host an exhibition or an event. So yeah, it's massive.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
What was it like having to judge an open call? Is it really stressful? Because you got a lot of applicants last time, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. It was hard, but it was good fun. Like having people send, it was image based, and having people send me, photos of their artwork. It was actually really fun to just look through it and see new artists that I hadn't seen before. And I think, and I mean, this is on me. I'm so heavily focused on Instagram, and Instagram is where I tend to find new artists and how I get to know artists. So for all those that maybe don't use Instagram, I do struggle to hear about them or find out about them, which I'm trying to get better at. But I thought that's just how I work. So yeah, with this open call, it was great to see a bigger variety of artists than people that I already knew about. And judging it was really, really tricky. I remember when we were there at the gallery, and I kind of created a short list for the artists to bring their work, and then Ian helped me in terms of like setting it up. And he was there, and all these artists were bringing their work in, and he was like, "How many people have you invited, Domino?" Sorry.
Yeah, I remember I remember delivering my artwork, and the whole place is just covered in artwork, and it was quite a small space, and it's like, how on earth is she going to manage to hang all of that? But you did do it. You had to send a little bit back, but those artists still got represented, didn't they? So
yeah.
And what I thought was amazing is you also did an online exhibition as well. So that's just such a massive thing to have done. Are you going to do it again this time?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, definitely. It was tricky, but we've learned from the first one. We've learned how to make things a bit easier and how to make it a better experience for the artist and for us and for the viewers as well. So yeah, we'll be doing both the physical one and an online one as well.
Wow. So you keep referring to we. So that's your team, isn't it? So is that volunteers that you get a bit? You seem to have a bit of a team going on.
Yeah, so I mainly work with students from MMU. They've got a internship program at the university where they can do 100 hours with a business, and then once they've completed that, they get like credits. It goes towards their degree. So I think it's a really good way for us to work with the students, because we get new people in with new ideas and new experiences and new art interests and such, and in turn, with them helping us, we're giving them the chance to add to their credits and things like that. So yeah, I've got a team of volunteers that help 1 day a week behind the scenes, and then on the events, I've pretty much built up regular event staff now, so they help us on the workshops and on the exhibitions and on the art days. So yeah, that's the we that I refer to.
Well, you could have bounced ideas off someone, don't you?
I know, yeah, and my husband as well. He's great too. Bless him, he's very patient with me when I'm like, if I'm working on my own one day, I'll call him up at work and I'm like, do you have a minute for me to just think out loud for a second?
Yeah. No, I noticed on the art all day how much he was helping, and yeah. So he's still a photographer now.
Yeah, so he's full time. He's based at a studio, and he's head photographer there.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. It's good. It's good having someone that gets what I do and enjoys like the creative side of things as much as I do. So yeah, it is. He's a really big help.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. So hang on. Open calls, exhibitions. Oh no, workshops. What have we missed?
Exhibitions. So then Art All Day is the next one, I think.
Ah.
Yeah, so Saturday the 19th of March, if it isn't already in your diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got our next Art All Day, which you know very well about, featuring our last one.
Thank you.
It was great, honestly. I remember walking into the room that you had for the exhibition, and I just stopped, and I was just like, "Oh my God!"
We both started crying. It was like, I think it was. Hopefully, you were happy, and I was just exhausted and happy. But it was such an amazing space to show in as well.
Yeah, and I think with us doing that there. We do that this year we'll be doing it 4 times a year, and we try to do a different exhibition each time. And I think that's another way for us to give back to people, and kind of because we don't, as you know, we don't charge the artist to show there. So it's our way of saying, look, we've got this space, it's free for whoever we offer it to use. And it's just our way of adding to our event, so it gives it something different, and 2, giving back to Manchester's art scene as something we can offer for free, to say, like, look, this is what we're all about. We want to give people the opportunity to show their work and have the opportunity to show their work as part of our bigger events.
Yeah, so you've got MMU students showing there this time.
Yeah. So this is a new thing that we're doing.
The music stands work. You can put work on the music stands.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's an open call now for the students to apply, and yeah, we just want to show a good range of what the students are offering. So it will be a mix. When I say apply, it's not a matter of you're in, you're out type of thing. I had to do it as an open call just so that I knew which students wanted to be part of it type of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we've got a mix so far of 3rd year and 2nd year that have applied, from a mix of the different courses. And I've got one student who's kind of my point of call, or exhibition lead, I'm calling her. And so, bless her, she's there managing the student side of things, speaks to all the students for me, reporting back to me about what's going on there and who's applying, and together we'll work on the day and have the students exhibit in that space.
And you get oversubscribed now, don't you, on people trying to exhibit? Is this right?
Yeah, so we do. It's the same with the Art All Day as well, with the applying for the tables.
Yeah.
So we have the application open, but once the deadline's passed, I think even now for this one, I've had about 4 or 5 emails from people saying, "Oh, I've missed the deadline. Can I still have a table? Can I apply?" And it's like, "Oh, sorry, I'll put you on a wait list." So yeah, it's really good. We're getting really good interaction, which is brilliant.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic, and it's good that people from the Northwest can go and get affordable art. Do you find that you come into conflict with whether you're representing craft and whether you're representing fine art?
I think I do that myself, but I think I think that's why we host a mix of events, so that I can show the difference that we've got. So I think, for example, for the exhibition at Soul Hay, it was more of the fine art artists that we featured, whereas when we do the Art All Day and it's an art fair, we can then have more of the craft type artists showing. So I think that's why we've got such a range of events that we do, to make sure that we're not. You
can get quite snobbery, I suppose, in the art world, can't you? It's like, oh, it's not fine art, it's craft. And as soon as you put art fair out, people associate that with craft, and it's probably quite difficult for you to say we're actually representing both sides of the art world.
Yeah, it is. But I think once people come to our event and see the big mix that we've got, they're actually like, oh yeah, it works. Like it's a balanced event. That's what I hope we achieve.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, well, you're getting more and more people coming through the door every time. So absolutely, yeah. And so you're going to keep that at Halle for now?
Yeah, for now, yeah. We might change what we do with the rooms in the future to keep things different a little bit. But yeah, definitely staying at Halle, because it's just a great venue. We've got a really good relationship with the people there. it's so central. That main room where we have the art fair is just massive, and we can fit so many tables in. So yeah, staying there for now.
Watch this space. So talking about watching this space, you're literally domino effect of now taking over Leeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have you got a Leeds connection, or you just?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've got family in Leeds, so I was already going there quite regularly, seeing family and staying with them. And so it was just when it came to thinking about where we wanted to take the next step, Leeds was kind of the obvious choice for us, as I say, because we spend so much time there anyway, and we were already going to exhibitions and events there while we were spending the time in Leeds. So it was the right decision to go there.
And how's that going?
Good, yeah. We're just slowly building up our following now. So the Instagram's ticking over. We're getting more people on that. Same with the Facebook page. Starting to get people signing up to our newsletter, which is good. So yeah, the plan with that is just to hopefully start events there soon. But I think we need a bit more following and get our name out there a little bit more before we do any public events, because I just don't think anyone would come if we did it now, in all honesty. So yeah, so I'm just going to really spend more time there over the next couple of months, meeting more artists, meeting more, going to different art venues and introducing myself to them. So yeah, just building it up, and hopefully by the end of the year, if I feel confident enough that we've got enough following, we'll perhaps do a fair there. Is the plan. But I'm not promising anything, but that's the plan.
Are you just treating it as like a pilot sort of thing at the moment, and then if it works, you then Sheffield, then Newcastle, keep going?
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, you've got to keep having the next challenge and the next goal, and if you've not got plans to keep growing, then you're just gonna stay still.
You're not doing that. You're only, how many years is Cotton On now? 3 years?
4 years.
4 years,
now. Yeah, 4 years.
Wow. So have you got a business plan? Have you written it all out? Have you got that dream written out on paper, or is it all up there?
My husband's always saying, like, what's your plan, what's your goals and stuff, and it's there. I kind of do yearly plans, so I know what I want for 2022, but I haven't quite thought of anything beyond beyond that yet.
Yeah, so we've got Luna as well. I remember seeing you last year. You created that exhibition with Luna in a little rocking chair, and I mean, she was only 4 or 5 months then. Yeah,
so April she would have been 5 months. Yeah.
So that must be so quite full on managing a business and
I think it was easier then, because if I put her down, she'd stay there.
Yeah.
She doesn't do that anymore. She's past 1. She's 1 and 2 months, so she's walking and making her own decisions about where she wants to be and when she wants to be there. And so I think when we do the next exhibition in May, there's going to be days where she's going to be there with me, and I've no idea how I'm going to manage her.
Yeah, a pen or something.
I know. She'll love it, but there's enough space for her to run around, to be fair, so she'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll get used to it.
Yeah, definitely.
If not, give her to a volunteer, it'll be fine. I'm just going to have a little quick, I've written questions everywhere. Oh yes, one of them was, cause just thinking about advice that you can give to people is, what skills do you need for doing what you're doing right now?
Gosh, in terms of like organising?
Yeah, because there must be just so many different things that you do.
I think you've got to pay attention to the details, and you've got to put yourself in the audience or the guest's view. So you've got to think, right, if say for the art all day, for example, how do they come? What do they approach? Do they know where to go? Do they need to sign in? Do they know where to pay? Do they know, what's their journey? And I think once you put yourself in their position and you try and think of making everything easy for them to do and easy for them to follow and understand, I think that is what you need to organise any event, really. You need to put yourself in the guest position and making sure that they have an easy journey and a fun, a fun day as well. So attention to detail is super key, and you need to remember a lot. You need to remember a lot of things. You need to have plans. Oh, you should see. I'm a bit of a notepad collector, and all my notepads are full of to-do lists. Because if I don't write it down, I probably won't remember things. So I literally have a plan of everything that I do. All the events have got a plan. They've all got their own to-do lists. They've all got their own folders on the computer. And I think you just really need to be organized and plan and attention to detail.
Yeah,
they're the key things.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not organized like you. I would find that hard. I do have to-do lists, but I quite often lose them. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love my to-do lists.
Yeah, well, I like writing them, and I tick them off, half of them, and then I'm just, there's a typical artist. Yeah. And then another thing, that just going back to the open, Rob's saying I love to do. I love them, but I just lose them. Got dreams. Another thing I want to just go back to on the open call thing is what advice would you have for an artist when they're submitting an application to you?
So I know this isn't always possible for everyone, but decent photography is key, really, because if I'm, or whoever's helping me, looking at your work to judge your work as to whether it's accepted to something or not, we have to be able to see the quality of what you're providing. So if you can get a good photograph of it, I mean, I'm not saying get a professional or anything, but just, good lighting, make sure it's clear, make sure I can see the details and things like that. That's really key. And just kind of putting your best foot forward and showing your best work that you think suitable for. Maybe think about what it is you're applying for. If it's the exhibition, for example, think about the venue, think about how we as Cotton On Manchester are putting this together, how we're going to show it, because if you put something that's great and elaborate and beautiful, but actually if it's not going to be suitable for what we're trying to do, then it could be as amazing as you want it to be, but if we can't get it in the building, or if it's not going to fit with the rest of the exhibition, then there's that things as well. So yeah, I'd say decent photography and just thinking about what it is you're applying for, make sure you're putting the right work forward for that.
You get all sorts of different weird and wonderful things, I'm sure.
I do, but it's great. It's good to see such a variety, but then at the end of the day, it's whether we can facilitate it, really.
Yeah. Have you noticed trends within Manchester in terms of the art styles or the kind of stuff you get?
Not so much in Manchester. Manchester's really varied, but as we're building up Leeds, there's a lot of illustrators in Leeds. Seeing lots and lots of illustration, which is great. They're still very different and very varied, but that seems to be a bit of a trend in the Leeds branch at the moment is illustration.
Right.
Yeah. But Manchester's very varied, and I think maybe it's because I've been doing it in Manchester for so long, but the people I follow now are really varied, so I get to see a variety. But Manchester's just broad.
Yeah. Explored. Are you going to keep doing the Manc of the month thing?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's a great way for me to get to know my favourite artists a bit more, like yourself.
Well, it's all networking as well, isn't it? So, you might not speak to these artists again for another year, but then, they know you, and you never know what opportunities you might have to get them to do workshops. Yeah,
exactly. And we'll run the same competition as we did with yourself and class of 2021. We'll do another Manc of the Year competition for the last Art All Day in November. So I actually haven't told the artists that have been Manc of the Month so far, but I probably should start telling them that. But
they've got until September, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got time.
Don't get obsessed with getting everyone to vote like I did.
you went mad, but it was great. I loved it. I think you and Claire Doyle were both the ones that really kind of got your teams behind you and rallied everybody in. But then it showed, didn't it? Because you were the finalists. So
I'm yet to meet Claire.
Me too. I've only chatted online with her. I've not met her in person.
Yeah, well, she's doing some amazing things too in terms of live drawing and different things. I just quickly, so we've talked about the kind of difference between craft and fine art. That was just something I was. Oh yes, you've been nominated for a business award.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't win it.
Oh, but you still got nominated.
I did. I got shortlisted, which was great. You know what? I'm not going to badmouth anyone, but I was actually a little bit annoyed that they didn't get in touch to say whether I won it or not. I had to Google it to see if I won. Because I couldn't make it to the ceremony, for the actual award ceremony. But yeah, that's by the by. Yes, it was great that I got shortlisted, and I was really shocked actually. I remember when they announced it, they had like a video that we all watched, and it was COVID time, so I was watching it on, by myself. I had Luna on my knee, I was watching it on the screen, and they were like, right, shortlist for the Northwest, and then my name popped up, and I was like, that's my name.
You didn't even know.
Honestly, I was really shocked, but yeah, I was really pleased. It was really good.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be nominated for a few more yet.
No, fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, we've covered absolutely a lot. We've been speaking for 40 minutes. So just the last thing on your dreams. So world domination. What else? What was the ultimate dream? Say in 10 years' time, where would you like to be?
Oh, 10 years' time. I think I'd like to have a space, an actual physical space where I can work during the day. We could perhaps use part of it to do workshops in the venue. We could maybe have our own space to have artwork on the walls. People could come in and buy art. And I think, yeah, having an actual physical hub rather than an online hub for Manchester would be amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that would be I think it'd just be a really nice place to be, and people could come in and they could have desks where they could work and be surrounded by art. They could grab a coffee, and could have a chat. Yeah, that would be.
You're filling a gap that art galleries aren't filling. I think you're more approachable, and people are wanting to come to you to learn, so you can't really go to art galleries and do workshops and sign up for an art theory lecture and different things like that. So I think you really are going to appeal to lots of people, and the more you grow, that's going to happen. So that dream is going to happen.
Oh, thanks, Rachel. That's nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it there, and thank you so much for joining me. And watch this space. The domino effect. Sorry, I won't say that. It's a bit cheesy, but it's so true.
Bye. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, brilliant. I'll send this to you in a minute. Thanks
Brilliant.
for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Bye.